Hey everybody, it's time to get a little guitar backup going for Sally Ann Johnson. Arthur Smith fiddled it wonderfully. It has a nice kind of a bluesy second part there. It's a climbing melody in the first part, so we're going to be in G, and we might even talk about capoing up a little bit too, but get my guitar in the right spot there. So the first part, it kind of has that thing there. So I think for the first part, we're going to just climb up, just get your G chord, and we're going to use that 6th string and the open 5th string and put it, that's kind of the melody territory. So let's just do that to warm up for a minute. I'm just using that 5th string, open, and putting it down for the chord. G, A, B. And then we might add a little traveling note, that 4th string 2nd fret, and a D chord. 4th string back to G. So I'll just make that our kind of easy going first part for a second. We might do something different in a minute, but so 1, 2, up. You can walk up, maybe start that little G, A, and B, back the way you came. That traveling note, and does that twice. Well, actually, what happens in this, I just remember in the recording, they go to a C chord. So second time around, they throw a little C chord. So we'll just go up to a C, and it has a longer D phrase here. So let's make that our whole first part, kind of easy going there. So climbing up, G, A, B, and then the traveling note, a D chord, and a G. This time we're going to go up, walk up to C. Maybe 5 and 4, D chord, a walk or a thumb. That's first part. One time through is what Arthur does. Let's do it twice just to warm up, because fiddlers a lot of times like to play that twice. So just be prepared for fiddlers to do different things than you expect them to. Maybe stay on one part a long time if they like it, or just do a part one time. So in this case, we'll do it twice just to practice. But remember, Arthur did it one time. So, and I think Aaron does it once most times, and sometimes we'll do it twice. So here we go. 1, 2, up to G, first part. G, A, B, back the way you came. Traveling note, D chord, back to the G. This time, walk to the C. D's coming up, 5 and 4, C, 4, 5, walk back to, just do it again just to practice. That's the first part, however many times you do it. Da 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 da. Walk to C. Beautiful. All right, let's do that one more time. And just remember, a lot of times if the melody kind of climbs, you can do that kind of, emulate that, follow suit in the back up there. And you don't have to do that walk, but I'm just doing that for kind of outline the melody a little bit there. If you didn't want to do that, you could just do like you could just go. You can kind of just cascade across. You can just, So experiment, not doing the outline too. So let's do the outline one more time. G, A, B, and back the way you came. 1, 2, walk and go. D, back to G. This time I'm going to walk to C. 5 and 4 with the C chord. D, 4, 5, and a walk to G. Let's do it again. Say the fiddler's staying on that. He likes it so much. Might just be one time though. Traveling note, D and a G. Walk to that C. D chord, 4, 5. First part, beautiful. The second part, he usually plays it, longer, plays it a couple times through, and it's got a lot of B note in there, a lot of the middle of the chord, and slides, like a. That kind of thing, and we can maybe do a little of that in the bass, but right now let's just kind of work on the playing that. Kind of focus on that B note for a second there. It's that melody. Kind of a Sally Gooden kind of sounding thing there. So let's just use that 5th string, 2nd fret, and the low. Just do that for a minute. We're just going to do a lot of different things, more notes or less notes. Experiment with how much movement you put in there. So let's just do that a few times. And a quick D with the 5th string. let's go ahead and think about if we went up to the higher strings, which might be fun. If you played like a little bar 3/3 on the first 2 strings, you got that. So try that little bar 3rd fret on the first 2 strings with your first finger, and you can slide up. Right. So that can be a nice little. And you can put it there, but I think we just go. So it has a. I want to get that traveling note in there, so let's see how we get to that. Get the phrases. So there we go. So I'm making up a little part with that higher. So we're going to iron it out a little bit. I'm trying to put a little low from high. Be kind of too much melody, but if I did it low, so you get ideas, you just slide that blues note. Experiment a little bit there. So let's play both parts, and I'll just kind of noodle around with that 5th string B note. You stay on the G a long time there, you know, right? Many times you want, you got a quick D, and you do that again, and then you repeat that 2 more times. You know, so a long B part, I guess, with a lot of improvising. And they get slidey on that B, more notes, less notes. So it's a fun part. So you can kind of get. It'd be nice to have that lower or higher thing you do. So I might put a whole bunch of melody in there for just that. The more you mess with it, the more ideas you get. So let's try the first part, and then I'll do that second part there twice. So the first part once this time. Say Arthur said, I'm going to do it once this time, friends and neighbors. So 1, 2, first part. The traveling note, D chord. This time we're going to go to the C, and a longer D, D chord. Second part, I'm going to slide that. Stay there, you know, first time around. And then go high for the repeat. First part, climbing up. And a quick D back. C chord, D chord, back. Just do it twice this time. Say the fiddler's staying there. You're ready for anything. 1 to the C on that first part. Second, might go high this time. And then low, maybe. A lot of times you can go just the 1 chord, the G chord, and the D chord, and then maybe around the horn, G to C, D. So a tag will be G and a D to G, G, C, D, and G. So that's that's pretty good, just open position. It's a lot of fun. You got that nice low, and you got your echo. That's kind of the phrase there. And so if you did just for a quick thing, if I got a capo, let's just see what that'd be like if we went up high. We'd be changing our strings up to, what I would probably do is go up to even the C. I'd probably try going way up high and see what it sounds like in a C position. I'm on the 7th fret. Let's just try that for a moment just to see. And it'd be different, be prettier maybe. It might be too pretty because it's kind of a bluesy tune. So that's things to think about. You know, does it lose its character or does it gain some character? So here you'd be walking up, it's sort of like the G chord walking up, but it's the 5th string. It's kind of pretty, right? So remember we have to do that 4 chord. So the first part climbing up. If I did the traveling, I'd have to go to an F chord here for the 4 chord and the G kind of. Then you have that. And I better tighten my capo a little bit. So it's just a. So you have that walk up's going to be on the higher strings, more like a melody. So just capo up gives you a little different thing there. That traveling note in C. So climbing up in the first part. The traveling note's that 3rd string, 2nd. Might add a little G7 sound there. 1st fret on the high string. Then you're going to add that 4 chord, F chord, to a G or G7. And the 2nd part. Up high on this is going to be too high, sort of. So it gets a little bit too much. I mean, the melody's good, but you know, it changes it a lot there. So I think I'd probably stay on the lower strings here, but you got that. But you also have something just to keep in mind when you're going up to that. It's the root 3rd and 5th when you strum those 3 and 5, 4. You could do a bluesy note. About what notes you can connect to. If I did that, I can get bluesy on that 3rd string. So just keep in mind all the possibilities there. I think you'll find Sally Ann Johnson a lot of fun to play. A lot of fiddlers play a lot of different versions of this, but it has that climbing part and then a bluesier part where anything goes sort of in that 2nd part. So that's good to know. And it gives you some options to try staying low or going a little higher there. A little more melody or less melody or no melody. So you got choices. I think you'll have fun with it, though. I really enjoy the key of G is hard to beat on the guitar, but capoing up, I'm up on 7 playing out of the C position. It kind of takes you to a more melodic spot, though. So if you got 2 guitars, of course, it'd be great to do that. And you could also capo 5 and play out of a D shape. So remember, if you have more than 1 guitar in a jam, it's nice for one guitar player to capo in a different position and see what happens. It sounds pretty. Sounds kind of like a, auto harp or something, which is nothing wrong with that. So anyway, enjoy Sally Ann Johnson. I'll see you out there and see you next time around. Thanks a bunch.